So in other news, and I hope this doesn't offend anyone here, but I am a little bit crass at times. So here we go. So today, Lockheed Martin officially said that they will openly acknowledge people who are LGBTQ and so on and so forth, because there's a mile of other letters in that acronym. But they now say that if you are a lesbian, gay, transsexual, anything, that's okay. You don't have to hide it. You can come out. We'll acknowledge it. And my brother was telling me about this last week. And so I told him, I said, Gene, that's my brother's name. I said, Gene, because you're my brother, I feel like I can tell you this a little bit early. I know it's not the 13th yet, but I don't know how to say this, but all my life I have been a lesbian trapped in a man's body. And he lost it. He was driving. He had to pull off the road because he was tearing up so hard. And he was like, Gint, that's his nickname for me. That's my family. They've always called me Gint. That doesn't mean any of you guys can call me Gint.
I just keep thinking Peer Gint.
So he's all, Gint, thank you for that. I'm going to save that. And next Tuesday, when they make the official announcement, I'm going to use that and tell a couple of my buddies and tell my wife. And he did today tell them that he is a lesbian trapped in a man's body. And they were all on the floor in stitches, including his wife, especially because he approached it kind of like I did and was very serious about it at first. And, yeah, so.
Nice.
Yep. All right, that's my anecdote for the day.
See, all I've got is if Kelly makes some like random giggle noise, all of us together in unison have to say, Kelly, get off World of Warcraft and stop making new characters. Because I know you have it up right now on your screen.
No.
So
yes, I do. I was checking out the new undead features.
Now that you're undead can have skin.
There now, and you don't have to be a fleshy, rotty corpse. You don't have to have your bones protruding. Awesome.
Lame.
Right.
You can be undead but have skin.
I can be undead and still be pretty.
Fresh undead.
Well, let's just say, hey, she's got putrid face still. It's just that clothes look terrible on them.
Because it's all tattered as it should be.
No, because they're
no need for clean clothes.
Oh, what about the freshly killed with a fresh dead turned?
Lame.
Now that Lady Sylvanas has her Valkyrie, she can just raise any old dead person, you know.
Yeah, so it's like...
That looks like it could.
So I believe everyone is here.
And new hairstyles.
I'm just opening windows, and then I need to go get a quick piece of chocolate because I very quickly ran in here after having a very yummy Cornish pasty for dinner. And,
I need to make sure to ration myself cookies because, you know, if not, I'll eat the whole box. And I only gave Kelly 4 of the cookies, so I can't eat the whole box.
No, I already ate them. They were delicious. Thank you.
Notice the cookies are hidden at my desk, not her desk.
Yeah, because I would eat them.
Instead, I will eat them. As Zarek rolls a light side point.
Yay.
Oh, maybe the fates will be with us today.
Doubtful.
This from our Jedi.
You know, he makes a very good point. She's a little sithy. Just saying. Woo! Yeah!
Obviously, Uma is wanting to make sure that she gets away with shenanigans. And I'm just going to say in advance, shenanigans?
No, it's karma trying to, like, make me just found out that now everybody can get flight in Warlords of Draenor and Legion level when I busted my ass to get them. Now they're just doing it to everybody.
I mean, literally, I don't need you anymore in your 2-person mount to fly me around everywhere.
Oh, wow. Doesn't need you.
Yeah, well, you still can't fly in Battle for Azeroth, baby. I can.
And leave it to our lizard and our frickin' Jedi.
You're welcome.
To bring a little dark side to the Force.
Hey, but the light side is still outnumbering.
It is.
For the moment. I
True.
mean, I can help you push it further to the light.
No.
So where last we left off, you guys successfully, tramped through the village over there, and you made it back to Fort Garnick. As you guys can all see, I'll ping the little maps there. You
Yep.
made it back there. Thankfully, the medical droid was quite kind in giving you guys the medical to make sure that you guys were all fit for duty. Because, nobody wants to be covered in crits and still running around.
Nope.
Because that's just nasty.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys basically know for a fact that you need to get to Oridum Village over there, just past where you parked your ship. Over here is where you believe the possible Sith and the
Probable Sith at this point.
possible...
Probable.
Yeah, I'm going with probable.
Of course, all 3 guns are down.
Yep, all
Just-
3 guns are shooting up, and they haven't hit anything in like 12 hours. You just see these stray shots
Yeah.
that go up and up and up and up without a single explosion registering.
Just thrown out there for consideration.
As everybody's like, wow, we haven't hit a single thing in like forever.
Yeah,
And there's not a gun at Ordum Village, correct?
Well, no, he fixed it over in Toleron.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There is one over there, but it's connected because he rolled so well. He managed to find
That's
like
right.
a hard line that they must have put there that was connecting the two, that they must have like ran lines and buried them or something, because he had all those advantages and that triumph. I just couldn't help but give him some freebies.
all I'm saying is I can't leave here, Captain, without confirming whether or not that Sith threat is real.
You heard him, so as soon as he sees a red lightsaber, he'll say, "Get in the truck, get in the truck, get in the truck."
Yeah, just needs to confirm it.
I've confirmed Crimson Saber.
Crimson Saber.
We have a code Scarlet.
Yeah.
On the plus side, your ship is closer than the fort if you need to run in a hurry. Oh, wait, you have to drive around this big chunk of rock here.
You guys know if it turns out to be a Sith, I'm not going to be able to just walk away, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can
Wait.
do whatever you need to do. I
Wait.
mean,
Wait.
if she doesn't have a data plug to plug into her, I don't care what you do.
I think if you look closely, there's a tunnel.
I'm
Right
sure
there.
she has a data plug that you can plug into, but would you really want to?
Yeah.
Well,
Her data plug's gone bad.
Yeah, see, I think actually the runaway's pretty quick. If you look really close, I think that's a tunnel.
Yeah, there might be a little space that you guys don't know about, but if you ask around, you might find out about.
oh, way to go.
My
So,
my keen gank eyes identified the road coming up one side and the road going up the other side.
hey, Captain, you seem to know the lay of the land. What's the fastest way to get from Dreliad Village to Ordum Village with the least resistance or notice as possible?
Gee, there's a tunnel.
Yeah.
Not many people know about it. But Now, if we go through the tunnel, I mean, if they do have it covered, that's going to create a problem. We only have 2 of the skimmers,
What are you talking
although
about?
we left those
Skimmers.
actually.
We're going ground.
Yeah, I mean, we left the skimmers way
We got
back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
skimmers are over here, and you drove
Yeah,
the truck
we're going-
this way
No, we drove
and
the
made
truck.
it all the way back.
Yeah, we're
With-
going. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, with your separatist uniforms that didn't get you shot when you came to the fort.
No.
we stopped.
Yeah,
and-
well, they were kind of on the lookout for a pink, Twi'lek.
Right. Plus, we have the droid that's with us at the fort and the truck.
No, the droid's at the ship.
No, the droid that we brought from here is.
You
at
had
Fort
the droid
Garrick.
guarding your truck, hover truck full of weapons.
Uh-huh.
That
I thought we left him when we went on the
No.
boats.
Nope.
No, you
Yeah,
left
we
him
left
at
him
the
at-
fort to guard your cargo.
Yep.
I think the other ones are still at the Drilliad that were there, but the one that we had following us from the truck fight is at Fort Garnick.
The uber militarized one, as opposed to the labor bots you have back
Right.
at the space fort.
Exactly.
So, what is your guys' plan for heading off to the village?
So I would say since we've already cleared the path between here and Dreliad, we head back that way. We use said secret tunnel and clear it out if it is actually occupied, so that we have a quick route back to Dreliad should we need it.
Ooh, interesting. I wasn't seeing that approach happening.
Yeah. And if we're dressed as separatists, they're probably not going to pay too much.
Attention to us.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like this smuggler's port has a smuggler's goat path there to head around and deliver goods without being spotted by the road. And thankfully, your smuggler captain obviously spotted it and knew about it because she's that good. Because she's that good.
Sounds like a wiener.
I say let's go for it.
Yep.
We'll stay in our
Truck until we get
separatist uniform, our stolen uniforms, and take the tunnel.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys basically get in your truck. It's what time of day is it that you're heading out? Since you're having the obvious luxury of picking, because you guys are all rested, recuperated, and all showered up, and you feel civilized as you're heading out.
Excuse me.
I would say we get an early start.
Okay.
So we're talking like a little after dawn.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe a little bit before dawn, so we get up to here by about dawn.
Okay. Well, remember, if you take off at dark and you turn on your headlights, every sniper in the countryside will take pot shots. at
Yep.
you.
That's a good point. Yep.
I'm totally okay with
yeah,
that.
let's go get shot at. That sounds way more fun.
Yeah, we'll leave after dawn.
We can test my mechanic skills on repairing.
We need you to repair the headlights because they've all been shot out.
All right. So after dawn, on the move.
Okay, so you guys are driving out doing your thing. You kind of notice that there's a few little discrepancies in the road from when you were there last. Looks like as soon as you get to about right here, who's in the passenger seat?
1, 2, 3, not it.
Zarek was in the passenger seat last time. I can take it this time unless he wants it again.
No, I can shoot back easier.
Okay. Yeah, and I can hop out from the front seat and engage quicker.
I think I'm
So-
picking the right map. Yay, I picked the right map.
No way.
You lie.
So you guys come back, and as soon as you guys, this does not exist. We'll delete this. That does not exist. We delete that. You guys get up here, and you see that the Republic forces basically still have everything, buttoned down. Everything is a-okay.
Good job.
And they're just like, so what's the plans? What are we doing? As you can almost see in their eyes, they're hoping you're not saying getting on our ship and leaving this place.
You're coming with us to find the Sith? And I just glare at him for a second. Kidding.
I mean, you could try that if you want to try.
We need a few of you to come with us. We're heading to Order Village to liberate it.
Does our Jedi brandish her lightsaber?
They've already seen my lightsaber.
Well, it's impressive.
New troops.
The grunts like to see this kind of thing.
Oh, wait, I don't have the camera up. Never mind. I was going to pull one of my lightsabers and flash it in front of my camera, but so sure, I will pull back the cloak, revealing the lightsaber.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a roll, and we're gonna say, let's see what we're gonna say. We're gonna say, I'm gonna give you a big damn boost because you used the lightsaber, because that's lightsaber. Sorry, waiting for my dice pool to come up. It's coming up rather slowly.
Make it a coordination roll.
So all of a
the
sudden,
captain can always help.
You whip out your lightsaber and you start doing pole dancing with it.
Oh my.
Well, you want to use coordination, I mean. So go ahead and give me your leadership, or I'll even take a discipline if you want to do that instead. Some kind of cool boss, tell people what to do kind of thing.
I'll go discipline.
And then there's that moment where everyone's like, who's going to use the light side or dark side?
Are you ready for me?
Oh, I'm ready for you.
Yeah.
Plus one ready for me? Here we go.
Yeah.
So immediately he kind of like yells orders through his, little cups his hand and yells up to the hill over here. And up here, these guys where the tunnel is, they kind of like pop their heads up like little meerkats over the ledge, and they're just like, yeah? And he's like, you're going with these guys. You're going to help secure the tunnel from the other side.
Excellent.
And they kind of give like a collective gulpy sound. Because that shit's kind of scary.
You'll be fine.
On the plus side, they know nothing of the whole Sith stuff that was mentioned earlier. Okay, so are you going to stop and pick them up with your truck?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
Lots of room in the truck now that we got rid of those civilians.
Okay, so you
So
guys...
hold on, how many are there?
There are 3 of them. Because, these guys here have to keep the spaceport area secured.
Yeah. Got to keep your ship safe.
Yeah, they totally don't want the ship disappearing without them. I mean, disappearing if they weren't here to keep it covered. They're totally expressing to you that they have a reason why they're keeping your ship so very, very safe. So you guys, pick the 3 guys up and put them in the back of the truck?
Yep.
And they're just like, hey, I hope we don't die. I mean, that would be very inconvenient.
Yes, it would.
And
Well, don't die, damn it.
Better them than us. Oh
wow.
my! Hey, I'm a I am a bounty or yeah, smuggler. My ship and my crew, they matter.
We got you guys' back. You're all good.
Okay, so the tunnel is like completely dark. You can see there's little bits of cave-ins that happen from. It looked like somebody tried to set some explosives off in here, but they did a really piss poor job. Not sure if it was the Republic that did it, or if it's the Separatists that did it, or if there was just like lots of gunfire earlier. Go ahead and give me a piloting roll as you're doing your shtick of driving through the very, very confined, what once upon a time was, basically like a mining cave,
Okay.
as you're just flying casual.
This would be planetary, though, right?
Yep, it would be planetary, and you know what? I want to make things interesting. You paused, so I had time to do it.
Have I used this tunnel before?
You have not. You
Even
know
though I
of
knew
it,
about it. Okay.
but you've never used it yourself. And, for all we know, there could be like landmines. Like maybe Despair comes up with a landmine.
All right, you got the.
I got the difficulty set.
Okay.
Ooh.
Still not bad.
Needless to say, she's throttling that hover system just right. She's doing her thing. What would you like to do with the 3 advantages, by the way?
The next skill check, the next 2 skill checks that we make each get a blue.
Yeah,
Okay.
She ran right through there just like Disney Temple of Doom ride.
Yep. Wee! Wee!
I
Don't
like
worry,
that
guys.
ride.
Just put your arms up.
Mhm.
Wee! I think I felt something brush across my fingers. You're fine. And if you lose an arm, we can buy a new one. Okay, so you basically cruise to where you can almost see the daylight at the end of the tunnel. Are you continuing through? Are you turning off your headlights? Are you trying to be sneaky?
Yeah, we'll stop.
What are you going for?
Lights off.
I give a
Stop inside the tunnel.
Yes,
knock
we're
on
gonna
the-
stop inside the tunnel.
Okay, so you kind of slowly bring the vehicle to a stop and kind of land at the very edge, which, by the way, is like off over here. As I'm pinging off the map, so you're not seeing the ping.
There
we didn't follow the death trap route.
Wrong map. I'm like, which map is it? There's so many maps on my screen. Here's the map. Here's the map I'm looking for. So you guys take the secret tunnel that's right there.
There, okay.
And you guys kind of pop out without the vehicle, all super, super stealthy.
Yeah.
Tell the
I zoom
soldiers
in
to
my
post
map.
up right there.
So go ahead and give me a stealth for the group. Somebody, I'll let one person do the stealth for the group.
Go ahead, Alina.
With 2 blues, by the way.
Yes. We'll let the ninja do it.
As you're trusting the Jedi to do the thing for you.
Yeah, the Shadow Jedi.
And you got 2 blues in your dice pool.
Is it all set?
Yep, it's all set.
Here we go.
So you hesitated. I would have almost used a dark side there.
Did it not roll?
Give it a second.
Or
If you
did
clicked
it? It could totally just be making you think, and then all of a sudden, pow!
No, we don't get lag. What?
Yeah, it is not letting me roll my stealth. Why not?
You may want to go to settings and hit reconnect or refresh your page. You may have been disconnected. This could be a thing.
I don't think we're going. Hang on, we're going to F5 that.
Oh, there it came.
Now, how many more is the question? Because so far it's only been 2. Oh, no,
No,
3,
it's 3,
4,
4.
5.
What the hell?
Holy cow!
It's rolling it like crazy now because I did not click on it that many times.
So scrolling on up, the first one that you had happen is a failure with a
Oh.
triumph. So as you pop your head out,
A lot of shitty dice.
you're totally like,
Jesus, look at that.
shh. And
I got this.
all of a sudden, like down the line, you shush Uma shoots Zarek shoots Jannog turns around and shushes the 3 guys, and the very last guy goes, "What do you see up there?" And you just see the chain reaction cringe as he yells, and there's an echo, and the echo kind of knocks some rocks around. Because as you look, and we can flip the map. Let's see if I pick the right map. I really should have put these in better order, because that was not the right map. Let's pick the right map. Because, of course, it's always fun, because I have more lag than you guys do when the map populates. So it might not be the right map at all.
That looks like the right map.
Plus, you didn't bring our duders with us.
Because I need to move things around on my screen. So as you guys are way over here, and you kind of are looking up, you clearly see here are a pair of heavy-duty looking guard tower type deals. That each one you see at least 2 humanoids in the tower. And you don't see like a monstrous cannon sticking out or anything, but they do look like, from what you can see when you peek out, that obviously 2 in each tower, and they're pointing their guns kind of your direction, so they heard something. But thankfully, they have not like opened fire on you or anything like that. But they definitely heard something coming from the cave.
Fortunately, we are in uniform, so
There is that.
We are.
yeah.
Not the 3 guards. Plus, we have the droid tromping behind too.
Oh, are you bringing the droid?
No.
Why?
Because the droid would have a problem with that
heavy.
cave.
Yeah, no, the droid would. No stealth whatsoever. The droid has.
Oh, now you're worried about that versus the firepower.
If we're gonna do it
Against the
stealthy, I'd have been like, no.
Okay, huh? Sure, leave our heaviest gun behind. Sure. Okay.
Why not?
Don't worry, Zarek. You are the heaviest gun.
That's the problem.
That's
Hey,
not
I've got
a
a gun
problem.
now.
That's a
I can help.
solution.
So, Captain, maybe you want to use some persuasion and tell them that we were sent over here by the Wookiee to see if there was anything going on with the cannon here.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's do that.
Our Jedi is master of stealth and lies.
Think she's trying to meet up with her Sith ally.
Surprise!
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Well, I suppose there is money in it.
Right?
I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
That's totally a thing you can do if you want. Should you do? I'm like, someone's mini
so-
disappeared. Is someone on top of someone else?
No, I'm down by where
Oh.
we're supposed to be.
Okay, so Zarek's staying back there?
Well, I'm back where we were supposed to be, unless we're just tromping forward.
So is that what you guys are going to do? Just like
Yeah.
have your uniforms on and come walking out like, hey, this is crap.
We're supposed to be here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys are gonna tell the 3 troops to stay back?
Yep.
Wait for the signal.
What's the signal?
You'll know it when you see it.
Oh, right. Okay, so they're like, you got it, dude.
They do have rifles, right?
They do have blast rifles.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can guard the truck, I guess.
Well, no, they can
Since-
watch to shoot behind us.
Yeah, if you see us running, shoot whatever's chasing us.
If you see us running, don't let us pass you. Okay, so you guys go walking up. You're just trying to be as casual as possible. I mean, Uma is, by the way, the figurehead of the revolution at this point. It's a damn shame that the jammer is still blocking any signals, so they can't get that broadcast out yet.
Right? Yeah, we saw you on TV.
Famous.
All right, where are we going?
Well, let's
Following
see here.
you.
And who's the most perceptive of you all, by the way?
Well, let's
It's probably
here.
me, I think.
I've got 1 yellow and 2 greens.
2 yellows and a green.
Okay.
Well, so far,
Oh, I thought my perception was higher on him. Sorry, yeah, 1 yellow, 1 green.
Okay, the best perceptive person, give me a roll. I've got the dice pool set.
All right, where are we at this point?
What's Janong's perception?
What, difficulty-wise?
No, on the map.
Oh.
Mine's one
It
yellow,
would
one
be
green.
as you guys start coming to this point here.
All right.
You got the pool ready for me?
Yep.
Jesus. Don't let me
So-
roll anything more tonight, guys.
As
Everything
Our
looks good.
our Jedi is just sensing that there's darkness in
Good
the
to
Force
go.
right now. There's much darkness in the Force. She takes a point of strain as she looks up in the morning sun's glare, not seeing what she could have seen, as she just sees the ominous towers appear that might shoot you to death because, big ass Duracrete guard towers. You would not want to have to charge this gate. You're thinking sneaky Trojan is the way to go.
Yeah, we would choose the heavy armed gate. The other one doesn't look like it has shit, but okay.
You totally could have taken the goat path. Instead, you take the front door.
well, we
Yeah.
don't see the goat path, obviously.
So you didn't spot the hunchback, and he couldn't tell you about it.
So you missed
Okay.
the 10 snipers in the hill. Okay. Lead on.
Okay, so you guys are walking up. When you guys get up to about right here, the guards kind of shout out to you to keep your hands off your guns. And they give you that whole identify yourself. Yes, they've turned southern. They've gone totally Confederate.
They're southern at
As you
the
guys
northern.
all line up for a firing squad.
Yeah. I mean,
And I will point
I'll
out at
stand-
the top of the map, by the way, because I know you guys will ask of what short, medium, and long distance is. The yellow box is, the red is you, the yellow box is short, the blue is medium, and the green is like longish.
Hey, hold on, I can't see for some reason.
It's at the
Let me-
very, very top of the map. You'll need
gotta
to
scroll up into the bay.
I put it in the
Oh,
water so
okay.
it wouldn't mess with the screen. So basically, 2 squares in front of you is short distance.
Okay.
Did we get
Since this
any
is a very
info on this town?
Any what?
No, you guys didn't really ask anything other than hey, it's a town. It's fairly industrial.
Do we know at least where the cantina is?
Jannog did have that map, I do recall. And, he can tell you that the cantina is the big building in the middle of town. Because, of course, it's the first thing you build.
I'm going to guess this is the gun emplacement.
That's actually a landing pad. This
Oh.
light red box, that's the gun emplacement.
Okay.
That's occasionally just going... And you
To
guys
nothing.
watch the slow bolter, fly between a Separatist and a Republic ship, and you're just like, wow, what are the odds? It didn't hit Jack.
Okay, so
Obviously,
Can I-
the Republic thinks it's a separatist trick, and the separatists think it's a Republic trick. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
so the separatist guns are on us right now. Can I let's see.
These four nice looking troopers with their nice blasters, and they're nice carbine blasters, so they can easily hit you from this distance.
Yeah, I
And
don't see any troopers.
Oh well, since you're close enough to these towers here, and the tower here.
Okay, so there and there.
Yep.
Okay. Can I let's see here.
Give 'em
Roll
some
a
kind of story.
basically roll a deception saying, "Hey, we're from I forget the name of the where the Wookiee, the sergeant so and so sent us because communication seems to be down. Our truck broke down, so we're hoofing it. Sorry it took us this long."
Had to sneak through enemy lines.
Exactly. Not easy to So basically, roll a deception for that.
Yep, and I've got a free blue in there because you are in uniform after all.
And I'm gonna go ahead and let me use a point there.
And she gets 3 advantage during that roll. From Loom.
Can you do it at the distance that you're at?
Well, it's basically if I'm behind the person or next to them, I think. So let me look again. Loom, when you're an ally engaged with a character makes a... No, never mind. Sorry, engaged. Bummer.
Okay. Alrighty, so I had flipped the light side point. Are you ready?
I've got the upgrade in there for you.
Okay. Woo!
As immediately you're doing the whole, hey guys, sorry we had to hoof it, you know.
That exhausted hand across the forehead and the hip kind of swish.
That long suffering, you would not believe the day that we've had.
Little hip swish.
I lift up my shirt to show my scar, although it's probably not much of a scar after the medical droid got through with me.
Are you showing your titties to the guards? Whoa.
Midriff, man, midriff.
Oh.
That's what the kids call it these days.
I mean, it might work. I mean, who knows?
Poor Uma's got the tired Leku, and we've got the human showing her midriff off. We're like, hoo, it's a party tonight at the base. Okay.
So they believe me.
And they're just like, they kind of like just wave you through, like, come on, guys. There's drinks at the cantina, but just be mindful that the commander's there. And don't piss off his number 2. As they're kind of vague about that.
It's like, yeah, I heard she can be, that she's kind of tough as nails.
They kind of look at you, and you can taste the fear that they would like to say something, but they are not going to shout anything out on these guard towers that can probably echo to the community down below, and probably have a weapon sprout out of someone's back.
Nice.
Total ninja moments, but they just kind of like nod at you silently and look around like nobody heard that nod, did they? There was a slight rattle. There was a slight rattle.
So obviously basically we do believe she's here.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of confirmation.
You guys,
that doesn't count as confirmation. I
Damn it!
Visual confirmation.
It's more than an affirmation.
All they said was the number 2 was in there. That doesn't mean she's a Sith.
I tried.
Just getting more than what we're getting paid for here.
Mm-hmm.
More risks than we're getting paid on.
So they kind of like Captain. Wave you guys on, and So when you come through, you see there's like a housing unit here. There's like some kind of automated building here that's got things going on. You can see there's a little speeder vehicle parked over there. This
Get
is
away.
the biggest part of this little town is the cantina. It's basically like this ridiculously neon signed building. And of
what's
course,
this?
you've got the big gun shooting off. There's this is the mechanic area where basically they've got open mining equipment being fixed on, as well as like vehicle tools and things. Jannog immediately wants to go fiddle. Just know this.
Splitting the party, baby.
This one?
That's another housing unit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, if there is a Sith, we need everybody there. So. All
And
right.
as
So.
soon as
Fine, you'll
you
be
guys kind of
fine.
come in, you see there's 3 troops guarding this little valley that leads the town. You kind of see that there's, a couple troops over here moving around. So you guys are just walking casual into base?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking like we are supposed to be there.
Yeah. Like we
Okay.
own it, man.
Walk by the cannon and be like, "Yep, looks like theirs is fucked up too. Let's go get a drink."
No. Okay, so is Uma and Jannog gonna follow him?
Yeah, sure.
This is where we say, Kelly,
I have
you got to
to.
Alt Tab out of WoW to move your miniature.
Yeah, it's not the WSD. You gotta click and drag.
It's like I can't be on auto follow.
Right.
I say, wow, Jannog is just like running into the cantina.
Hey,
He's like, booze.
Kelly, if I can play with my VR headset on, you can play while playing WoW.
Hey, I'm just making some bolts of cloth.
The truth comes
my
out.
Quest 2 isn't even in the bedroom right now. It's out in the living room downloading games.
So since you guys are a little more into town, I can show a little more to you, get a little reveal going.
I'm getting a little risque here. All right. Oh.
Bum, bum, bum.
Is that the Broken Heart Squad? Is that what's going on down there?
Wow.
You see a bunch of the conscripty looking guys who are just like milling about right now, getting a little food there, just sitting down, enjoying the morning breeze.
A lot of people.
Okay.
Dude, we got this in the shade. Super easy.
Captain, maybe before we go into the cantina, we talk to those conscripts over there and see if they're really into this whole rebellion. If not, maybe they'll join our side.
You think that they would be willing to? I mean, under the harsh glare of the general's number 2, that you think that they would even speak to you about it?
Yeah, I
I mean, you saw how those guards were.
Goes south. We open up this entire camp on us before we even get anywhere near number 2.
I say we do that. Let's go with that plan. Let's try and convert. Let's go to the number 3 guy and ask him to join us. That's what we'll do.
Number 3 guy, we want to promote you to number 1 guy.
I mean, I'm just assuming that if they're conscripted, they're in this army by force, right? They may not want to be part of this, and so if we give them an out and tell them that, we're going to come out running, if they can give us a distraction to get through this gate, they can come along with us.
Yeah, okay. I'm willing to do this, but I'm going to tell you they're more likely to say, "Yeah, well, when you start making the distraction, then we'll leave."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also possible, but they're probably not very good at it, so hopefully if they do try to leave before us, they start getting shot at and we can use them for cover.
Wow. Okay,
Well, sure you're
Sith.
not.
From a certain point of view.
Okay, well, why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and do it.
It's up to you.
Maybe they can also pinpoint more where she is.
Well, they said in the cantina.
Wow.
The guards did at the gate.
Cantina.
We'll say they said the commander's in the cantina.
Well, true.
Yeah.
Number 2. So we don't know. I'm assuming number 2 is the Sith.
Yeah, I'm assuming that as well, because
the true
No,
power never wants to be known as the power.
he will
Yep. Well,
makes them far more effective if they're not. Jesus, what? Oh, wow.
What the hell is
That's a
that?
lot.
So, you know the building you guys are standing right at?
Mm-hmm.
As you all are like really, really close to that building, and you're kind of like being cool, and you're thinking these thoughts, almost like if someone could sense your surface thoughts.
Nike.
And I'm gonna proceed to like zoom my map real close, so I can be super dramatic and shit.
We're right next to her.
As you guys kind of start to do your thing,
It's like, what's all that whispering outside? Let me sense and find out.
and
Great.
all of a sudden the door kind of opens up.
Ah.
As you have this ominous dramatic moment as a lady that's wearing black combat fatigues with like the little half poncho that covers her left arm and goes all the way to past her hip, and it looks like total rustic wear, you know. She kind of opens the door and just kind of gives you guys the Vulcan death glare.
The Sith side eye.
Yeah, the Sith side eye. Or some folks call it.
Like, are we thinking too loudly?
It's so shady, it's dark.
Whispering and thinking real hard, yeah. Hey, we found her.
We did. Run for the hills.
And Alina, especially, she's just like locked her gaze on you, and you can almost sense that her arm under that poncho is like floating over a possible lightsaber if she's a Sith, because the look in her eyes is like she's reading your surface thoughts. Because, you know, sense power is pretty cool when you have it and you put a few points into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have. Let's see.
So,
This is a
Go
great
ahead.
idea, team.
go ahead and roll initiative. I do believe you guys were not expecting this.
That's my
No.
place.
No. We still were not expecting this. Okay. So that would be vigilance, right?
That would be
Yep.
vigilance for you guys.
I did well.
Well, at least we're not too far in.
Right.
Trum, her name is Trum.
Wow, nobody here knows her by that name.
Trum, 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 trum.
So she kind of opens the door. Staring contest starts to ensue. We've got this feel of a Mexican standoff that no one else in the base is privy to. Everybody else is just doing their thing, and you guys are just locked with
I
her.
think Alina should take the first slot.
Yeah, this is definitely
just
between the two
saying.
of them.
Because I don't want to get between this cat fight.
All right, I guess we're in it to win it.
Or do you want me to try and do a deception? I mean, she's obviously kind of keying in on your
She's sensing,
Jedi-ness.
so we're
You
about-
do realize that when the wind kind of flutters her poncho, now that we've all rolled initiative, you see that there is the hilt of a double-bladed lightsaber.
Oh, excellent.
I've seen Sith. This is a Sith. Somebody needs to like shoot a round in the air or something to alert the
She's quite
cannon
attractive.
fodder at some point.
I guess if I'm going first, I will quick draw my lightsaber and attack.
There you go.
Wow, very Jedi of you. It's just like
She
every
is a
Jedi we've
Sith.
ever seen attack Sith. They always go for the aggression first.
Yep.
And the poor Sith are like, "What did I do?" Okay, so
You
you're
started a rebellion. That's what you did.
you dared to liberate the little people from the oppressive totalitarian government. So you immediately quick draw, lightsabers in hand. Your blade lights up and remind everybody what beautiful color that is.
Blue.
Blue. Okay, so you run up on her. You're right there. I'm pulling up her stats really quick just to see what's what here on her. Okay, so she's got that. She's got that. Okay, so are you doing anything special like taking strain to get an aim?
I will take a strain to get a name. You'll note that I also flipped a light side point.
I was
Totally
going to say,
ignoring
why
that.
has he got to do strainies next to her, right?
Oh yeah, I'm not moving.
Okay.
Kitty corner, so
Yep.
just saying.
Damn your observation skills.
My perception is strong.
The perception
Wen.
is strong with this one. Go ahead, you are ready.
That's my lightsaber, right? Yep, there it is.
Yep. Nice. So you're hitting her for 8 points of damage plus 3 advantage. What would you like to do with those 3 advantage?
Critical.
Yeah, let's do a critical.
So she is going to suffer 3 strain because, yeah, you don't take a lightsaber in the face and not do anything. So we're going to go ahead and take some strain real quick. It's going to be a good investment of strain. Yeah, a little bit of strain. So she's reducing the damage by 7.
Ouch.
Damn it.
As she immediately brings her lightsaber out and parries, you know. Actually, no, she can't because her lightsaber's not lit yet.
Oh.
Damn.
Still holstered.
Yeah, it's still holstered and she does not have quick draw. That sucks. You taking the aggression there. So yeah, that's going to be 6, 7, 8 points of damage with no soak, no parry, nothing. Is you just immediately just cutting her poncho off, revealing that she's got a nice big fat double-bladed lightsaber on her hip.
Alina's like, let me show you what a Sith is like. Oh, I mean, Jedi's like.
And you are opting for the crit?
Yep.
Okay. So let's
Oh,
see what
broken.
the crit comes up as. Is
In a
everybody's
very
crossing their
jolly
fingers?
voice. Seth.
Dun dun.
Oh my
Why is it
God!
when
Really?
you roll, you always get shitty low
Really?
rolls, and when we roll, we always get high rolls.
Yeah.
Dice.
You do realize what you just did,
Puts her at
right?
the back, though. Yeah.
May only act during the last initiative slot on this turn, which means she was next. But
Oh,
because
But
you
now she's
aggressively
not.
hit
Nice.
her,
Look at that. Yeah,
she
okay.
is last. Technically, it's the same thing. But, you know, since she's the only one on her slot. But
Cool. Take her out, guys, and let's run for the hills.
I will go ahead and give it to you guys that she will take the last slot this initiative.
Okay.
Because she was not expecting to get lightsabered by her own troops.
Right?
I mean, she thought she kowtowed you all. So we're going to ignore her spot next. So who's going next?
Do you guys want me to try and stun her? I mean, with my stun?
Well, what
She's
Or
what do you want to what do you want to do, Janong? You want to get the hell out of the way, I'm assuming, and probably shoot or do something.
Hell yeah, I want to get out of the way.
Yeah, let Janong get out of the way real quick.
Oh, Janong, you're fine where you are. You know she's going to come after me with a vengeance. I just fucking stabbed her.
You just brutalized her with a lightsaber. What would have been just a single point of damage was actually half her freaking life. Because lightsabers suck in a fight.
All right. You shooting or anything as you run, or
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
or signaling or back
I
up
can
to.
shoot. Well,
It is the mechanics
how
area.
far can I run again?
Pretty much that's as far as you can go in one shot. I mean, you can always take 2 strain to double that. But you did just run to the generator of the community and the mechanics area. It's almost like
you're home away from home.
It's almost like he instinctively ran that direction.
Yeah, like it drew him to it.
To the machines.
So can I make all the lights go out?
You could totally kill the generator.
Yeah, let's kill the generator.
Okay.
I think then that should be enough to
Lock
get
down
those
the
guys'
whole
attentions,
visit.
maybe?
Yeah, except for
Well, if you take the power down, then the doors won't open for the cantina, right?
Maybe.
And other buildings.
So you run up there and you grab the 2 big breakers in the generator and you're just like chunk into the off section. You just hear things just this reverb through the community, starting at the generator, working its way out of just everything is shutting down.
I love it.
Okay, so Zarek or Uma, who's going next?
Oh, what do you want to do?
Well, you go ahead. I mean,
Okay.
you are much more as this is your milieu, and hand-to-hand combat, that type of thing.
I was gonna say, go punch her in the face, man.
I'm looking here. Let's see. What's the damage there? That would be only 6, but that's a Sunder and a Vicious. Well, I'm debating on the Vibro Axe or the 2 Repulsor Fists.
Ooh, well, you've had bad luck with the Repulsor Fist, but
I know.
but maybe this will turn it all around. Which does more damage?
Well, if I land both Repulsor Fists, the Repulsor Fists are 8 each with concussive, disorient 1, knockdown. So, I mean, there's a lot of options with the Repulsor Fists.
Mm-hmm.
But if I do hit and can crit, it's a Vicious 3. And it's Pierce 2.
Ooh.
And Sunder.
I'd go with the Vibro Axe then.
Because the last time I faced the Vibro Axe with the Repulsor Fist, the Vibro Axe kicked my ass.
Yeah.
So, all right. We're going to...
I mean, that's probably why. I mean...
Worst case, she sunders she takes out the Vibro Axe. I still have my fists then.
Exactly.
So, all right. So I'm going to pull off the Vibro Axe and step up, and I will take 2 strain to aim. And then I will also do that.
It's a good thing she's gladly using her adversary 2 at this exact moment to upgrade the difficulty of any combat check twice, targeting her.
Wow.
Because that axe looks deadly.
I hope so.
It's time for her to cash that one in.
Well, yeah, big gank coming down on her. I mean, we just had that little Jedi charger, but...
Okay, and you flipped the light side, right?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've got your update. And you're aiming, right?
I am aiming. Yep, I took my 2 strain.
All right, go for it. Oh, wait, don't go for it yet. Don't go for it. I just realized it blanked out, so I want to fix it. Now you can go for it.
All right, we sure?
Yep.
Come on, Zarek.
Right. Oh!
Oh, sorry if that was too loud.
Oh, wow. As Zarek is, of course, following the Jedi's lead, but instead of a nice petite hit with the axe, Zarek really wants her head, I guess.
Well, she's a deadly foe. I've seen plenty of Sith around the huts and shit.
So, Zarek, what's your brawn, by the way? Because it looks like you don't have it in there in damage.
You can go.
My brawn is a, what is it, 3? I think. What do I see it at? Skills. There we go. 3 brawn.
Okay, so 6, 7, 8 points of damage.
With a Pierce 2.
Ooh.
And a second critical, you could go critical on that one.
That's not
So
nice for her.
Pierce 2 is automatic. Sunder, I forget what Sunder do again.
Sunders, if you want to use 2 advantage, you can reduce her weapon by 1, and you have to do it 4 times to break it.
Okay.
Basically, it's how Jedis use those extra advantages to break weapons while they're doing their thing.
All right, so I could Sunder with the 2, and then crit with the Triumph.
But remember, Sunder only drops at 1 stage, so it goes from green to yellow to red to broken.
Well, I get that, but...
What?
Don't break the lightsaber.
Well, it still needs 2
it.
more Sunders before it's destroyed.
Right. If it doesn't work, she can't hit you with it. Or me.
So you'll give it 1 stage of Sunder, and what are you doing with that Triumph?
Well, you could go critical on her. That would give her 2 crits.
That would give her 2 crits with a vicious 3 weapon.
Exactly.
Oh, well, sure. What the hell? We can do that, especially with a vicious 3.
I mean, he might not roll as well this time.
True. Well, he's got a plus 30, plus 40 with the first crit.
Exactly.
So it's plus 40 with the first crit.
Okay,
and
so you're using that Triumph for a crit, and let's see what it gives you.
Did you...
Cannot voluntarily suffer strain to activate or gain additional maneuvers until the end of the encounter. So she's restricted to the last slot, as well as she can't take extra maneuvers like.
Yep. She moves. Yeah. That's brutal.
That's a bad one for a Jedi.
Thanks to that vicious axe, that added 40 to her 41, which made it a nasty thing.
Yep.
Okay, which means retreat is not an option for her right now.
Come on, Uma, put her down.
So, Uma, what are you going to do?
I'm going to use my blaster pistol.
Okay. I'm so glad you have a stun only. Okay, so you're going to aim. Are you going to get a little... Are you going to get like right here so you have a better shot?
Yeah. Hold it. Where?
Basically right behind Zurich, so you can actually see her easily.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Because remember, she's still in that doorway.
Uh-huh. Okay, so,
This way you take some strain. See how manipulative I was?
Of course, if I use the stunner, it will just knock her out. Or I could go with my, the blaster pistol and try and put her down.
It's not like we're going to be able to drag her out of here to answer for her crimes, and I'm sure the Jedi Council would much rather there be.
I would rather kill her.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I am going to aim. I'll take 2 strain to aim. So, give me a blue, baby.
I gave you blue.
Okay, you ready?
Nope. It's only 1 purple because you're at close range, but she does still have that adversary 2 cooking. Let's cross our fingers and hope.
Okay, you ready?
I'll gladly do that if you're not going to do it. Now I'm ready.
I'm saving it for Elena. Okay, here we.
Now you've got adversary 2 and a dark side upgrade. You could be in danger here.
Fuck.
Yeah, like I said, you could be in danger here.
The whole camp's been alerted now.
As you fire a round off, and just as all the power is going out in the base, which isn't really noticeable because of the daylight, all of a sudden you fire a round off that misses her because she does this like cool matrix move to avoid the blast because damn it, she does not want to die right now. And it kind of arcs off a cable, and this lightning storm comes showering across, making this huge.
There wouldn't be a lightning. There's no power.
You just shot an ion weapon at her, or blaster.
You did not. Yeah,
Well, your
blaster.
blaster shot something that made a loud ruckus of obviously we are under attack because all the other weapons were quiet and you just went pshing, and blaster fire hit something that exploded.
Mm. Well,
Hey, little fuel can tanks floating around all the time.
the 3 advantage that I have,
Mm-hmm.
can I give her a black die?
Well, you could do that for 1 or 2 advantage depending on how you want to spend it.
I want to give 2 for her black, and then the next one of us to go a blue.
Okay. So, of course, here's this ominous moment when you're just hearing the dun 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 dun. So, of course, she has to use her maneuver to whip out her lightsaber, and she lights it, and she holds it straight up, looking at the Jedi and Zarek in the face with her wounds, and you just see the blade go psh, psh, and these beautiful emerald green blades come ripping out of the lightsaber. As she immediately looks at, you know, the obvious Sith that just attacked her. Now, do you have any defense?
Yes, I do. If she is swinging at me, I would like to take 1 strain to give her a upgrade her difficulty,
Okay.
and I am dodging. And
Okay.
assuming she, let's see how that turns out, because if she does hit me before we get into damage, I also have parry.
Which is also a good thing.
I have improved parry, as a matter of fact. So we'll get into that here in a moment.
Like you were ready for a Sith fight or something.
Right?
It's almost like it was a thing. Just because it's good to bring balance to the Force. And I'm really hoping for some advantage for Linked 1, so I can hit both of you guys, because I'm kind of a jerk that way. So she is like in full on bleeding wounded battle fury, and she starts spinning that double bladed green lightsaber in the air, and she brings it down on Alina.
Did you give her the black dice?
I thought
Nope.
I did. Apparently I did not. Let me roll a black die. I apparently came up with a blank black die.
But we like that roll much better.
So she's definitely going to hit you.
I am going to parry and possibly improve parry. Let me see here what I'm doing.
It's going to
remember you have a blue die.
It's well parry is just he uses strain and he reduces it by a certain number depending on how many ranks of parry he has.
Oh, so it doesn't.
So currently it's going to be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage.
So I'm going to go ahead and
you definitely want to parry a few points of that.
Yep. So I have 2 ranks. Does that mean I can use up to 6 strain to reduce it by a total of 8?
Check your parry, because it should be you take 3 strain, or let me pull it up on my end because I have.
Yeah, I'm almost at the page, actually.
She has this ability herself, but she has a lot more ranks in it. So with her parry, it suffer 3 strain, and it reduces it by, what is it?
Oh, 2 plus my. Okay, 2 plus
2
my.
plus your ranks.
Okay, so that would be a total of 4. So I'm going to take 1 additional strain for improved parry.
And what does that do?
It's so that one's a little weird, because what it said in the book specifically, I looked this up like 3 times because I was like, this doesn't make sense to me. Spend 1 despair or 3 threat to automatically hit the attacker once, dealing the weapon's base damage plus any damage from applicable talents or abilities.
Well, what that means in this case, she didn't roll 3 threat. You ignored that second roll that was just supposed to be the black dice. So she
Okay.
only rolled 1 threat. So what improved parry does is it basically gives you, if they roll despair or if they roll 3 threat, you get a free shot with your weapon.
Okay, all right.
So it basically means you're parry, and you went parry and riposte.
Yeah, so no riposte, but I stuff her 3 strain. So 4, 8. How much damage did you say it was? 12?
13.
13. All right.
So
So
you
I take
only take 9, which is way better than 13, which is, more than what you have.
well, and with my soak. Oops,
Well, remember, it's got breach 1, so that your soak is ignored.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, that's why you took such a chunk out of her, because
Sorry.
with lightsabers, they cut right through armor.
If only I had
Unless-
killed her.
Hey, it's Uma's first Sith she's had to face, And besides, no one's done the signal unless Uma's bad shot was the signal.
I think it's pretty obvious that shit's happening, but
Okay, so top of the order.
She's not dead.
Lena.
She's not dead.
Those guys are running for the hills, apparently.
The first person to go has a blue die.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're
Me.
actually running around to see what's going on, because there's a blue lightsaber and there's a green lightsaber and there's they're like, what's going on? We're confused. Our Jedi is doing something against another Jedi?
Yeah. Or it's like, shit, wait, she's a Sith? What the?
Which one's the Sith? I don't know. They're not color coordinated properly.
Yeah.
So who's going first?
Me.
Ah. Okay.
Aggression, she's got to strike back, man.
It's totally the Jedi way.
Right?
And I already flipped that light side.
Very deftly done there with the Force. It's like Qui-Gon Jinn dice flip.
Yep.
You wanted to make sure that I didn't get nothing off there, did I?
And that's exactly what I wanted to do, yep.
The important thing is now her parry is in play, just like yours. So now we get some cool lightsaber combat.
Yep. Well, it won't be too long if she takes another swing at me, that's for sure.
So this is totally one of those samurai fights of like the first one to make a hit wins the fight.
So you got my blue in there, you got my light side in there, and you got everything else in there?
I will add in your blue since you're aiming, since you're not moving. Go for it.
And the blue from Alina, or from Oma, I mean. I'm Alina.
That's right. Okay, go for it. Damn. Okay, so 7 points of damage.
We're going to go ahead and crit that there again.
Okay, so she is going to use her parry 5.
Damn.
It's almost like she was made to fight a Jedi. Which is going to reduce the damage by 7.
All right.
So immediately you swing your lightsaber and you're about to finish her off, and she just parries. And your lightsaber's like burning on her armor, but not actually hitting her. So you can't crit since you didn't do any actual damage. Because you have to do at least 1 point of damage for a crit to happen.
Okay, all right.
But you do have 3 advantages and a freaking triumph.
Yep.
What do you want to do? Because there's lots of options that 3 advantage and or a triumph can give you.
I want her to drop her weapon.
Okay, so you basically power in and her lightsaber goes flying out of her hand.
Yep.
She avoided any damage, but she now does not have her lightsaber on her as it goes clinking on the ground.
And
if
what
you
do I
want
have
for
left?
triumph, it can land in your hand. I would totally for the 3 you disarm her, the triumph you catch it.
Do it.
I don't have dual wield yet, so it's not.
Who cares? She can't summon it back to herself.
Dual wield just means that you're adding an extra purple to whatever you do.
Yeah, all right. So I'll go ahead and I'll grab her. Yeah, I'll catch her lightsaber.
You catch her lightsaber, and immediately, since you do have quick draw, I'll give you that you click it and You only bring
Right.
one of the blades because it's way too dangerous to have a double-bladed saber turned on that way.
With another blade in your other hand. Yeah. No, I understand that. I
This is
totally
how
get
you
that.
lose ribs.
What's your brawn though?
My brawn, I think, is a 4. Let me check.
Okay. Never mind.
Because what he's referring to is the fact that when he saw her attack, her lightsaber is unwieldy, which means you need to have a brawn of
No.
3 or higher to use it without negatives.
Never mind. My brawn is only a 2. Never mind. So
It
maybe
just means you're adding a black dice. That's not a problem.
If you use it,
You're
yeah.
fine. Just hold on to it.
Yeah, I'm just going to
It's
hold on.
fine.
Exactly.
Because it would suck for her to just force grab it right back into her hand. I mean, she doesn't have quick draw, which is very, very bad deficit for her. But so you've immediately disarmed her and caught her lightsaber, and you've lit it, and you've got the en garde.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of embarrassing for her right now.
Yeah.
So that's
She's still at the bottom, right?
just for that one round, right?
Oh, I thought the other crit did something.
No, that just like
On the next turn.
slowed her movement.
It means the other crit was that she can't use any strain for abilities.
For an extra
okay, yeah.
maneuver. So
Yeah.
she can use,
Okay.
Yeah, because the first one is only until for the next turn.
Right.
Yeah. So the other one is she can't voluntarily self-restrain to activate abilities or gain additional maneuvers, which means she could no longer parry.
Right.
So what's she gonna do at this point? She's a Sith, and her Hawkbat swoop does not help her without a lightsaber in her hand.
Nope. She can sense how much anger there is.
Yeah. And you know what? She's going to look at you with just pure hate in her eyes. Just pure hate in her eyes. And then she does this like little run away.
Oh my god.
And
Shoot her.
she's running away. She's using her action as a maneuver as well. So trust me, if she could, she would take 2 strain for an extra, and then try to like calm someone for help. But she's basically running away now that you have her lightsaber, because that just sucks for her. I mean, come on, Sith don't stand and die. They run away. So who's going next?
So 5, what's that?
You guys just saw a Jedi disarm another Jedi and catch the motherfucking lightsaber in the air.
Yeah, but so let's meta for a second here, guys. I am to seek out the mysterious Sith influence. I've sought it out. I've kicked its ass. I've taken its lightsaber. Is it time to tuck tail and run, or do we pursue it?
I mean, you do realize these guys here are going to shoot at you pretty much on the next turn. When you're back at the top of the order, I'm going to roll initiative for them because they saw the whole exchange, realize, oh, they're not one of us. And I'll give you a second to strategize while I go get my barking dog inside, because obviously there's a dog in the compound barking at people. The dog's probably barking at the Sith that went running by, because we all know that dogs hate Sith. It's just a natural thing. I'll be right back.
I'm game for whatever you guys want to do, but while he steps away, I'm going to grab a drink real quick.
I mean, there is a lot to contend with out there. We're going to have a hard enough time just getting through this gate without serious problems. We're probably going to need to call our guys to come out and give us some covering fire.
Yep. You need to stem for some hits, but I'm going to take a pop shot at her, if nothing else.
Yeah, I would.
So.
Because if we can kill her, that would be awesome. I mean, at this point, I consider my objective fulfilled. I don't know if there's anything more I really need to do.
I
I
have
think the
returned.
news reporter lady's here. Should try and save her.
Wait, what?
The news
Is the
lady?
Jedi's like, what? Who?
How did I forget about this?
Because it wasn't your secret mission.
Oh.
It was Janog's secret mission.
Well, shit. Maybe you should have told us about that before we went getting in a fight with the Jedi and letting the whole base know.
The worst part is now Janog is thinking, wait a minute. That kid inside the indoor mall with the HoloNet cameras.
Yeah.
He
All right.
totally could have been her cameraman.
What are we doing?
Okay,
We
so what's the plan?
Making a run? They must have all slipped away too.
Yep.
Oh.
I think maybe
I went and got a drink.
we've taken breaks.
I mean, I'm down for whatever, but
I mean, if all Elena needed was to identify the Sith and we get the hell out, that's fine because all hell's gonna break loose. But
well, I mean, there's the reporter that we've been looking for.
what reporter? The one that reported over on the other place? Why were we looking for the reporter?
That was Janong's.
Yeah,
Secret mission.
I didn't know we were looking for, but we did run into the reporter.
It's not a secret if I tell you.
I mean, you hacked the data stream and got information, so figured that was all you had to do.
I mean,
But finding that over while a Sith and a beehive's unleashed,
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I know things have changed drastically.
You took
but
a
we can
Sith
also just
lightsaber.
roll back up here with heavier hitters and a ship and just lay waste to the whole town.
That's kind of true, but if we lay waste to the whole town, we could end up killing your reporter in the process.
Well, I would just blame you.
Blame the Sith. Blame the Sith.
Jedi Order responsible for news reporter's death.
Yeah.
And who's reporting that? The reporter from the grave?
4,000 years from now, Palpatine will find that footage and make sure to use it in his Jedi smear campaign. Look,
right?
The Jedi are against the press.
Yeah.
Right. Fake news. Fake news.
All right. So what's the verdict? I'm gonna make a pop shot on her, if nothing else, and then we can move. But what do we?
Yeah, I think we need to start bugging out full speed because this whole place is going to come down on us.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because again, worst case, yes. I mean, we could start blowing away troops from the ship if we needed to, but need to thin them out or something. But if that's like super serial, but
we definitely could.
All right. So line me up for a. I guess that's a long shot, huh?
Yep, and I'm going to give her a black because she took evasive cover behind the building because that's how sneaky she is.
Is that right?
That's so very quick and dirty. I like that.
Well, I had to keep you talking.
Do it myself.
I had to keep you talking for a second, so hopefully you weren't jumping up there too quick.
Okay, so are you aiming or are you foregoing that so you can run?
Well, I got to swap weapons.
Okay, so there you go. Quick draw is going to be your next thing.
Right.
So you go from
lines or not
dropping the axe to whipping the big ass rifle out.
Well, I'm throwing it back over my back real quick. I'm not going to drop the axe.
Darn. Almost tried to disarm you there.
Nice try. All right, let's see. What else do I got here? So definitely not point blank. Let's see. Nope. And natural marksman. Okay, that'll come into play maybe. All right. So you lined up.
Yep.
All right.
Got my fingers crossed.
Here we go. Holy fuck. Well, so much for that weapon. Or, well, you know what?
You know, if she had a lightsaber, she'd shoot you in the face with your own shot. How about that?
I know she would, but you know what? She's really gonna hate the fact that I'm using natural marksman, and once per session may re-roll any one ranged light or ranged heavy check.
Okay.
I think I
So
can do better
now
than
is it
that.
check or dice?
Once per session may re-roll any one ranged light or ranged heavy check.
Okay, so basically the dice pool as it is. Okay, go
Yep.
for it.
Because 2 blank yellows, I think I can do better than that.
You got robbed. I loved it.
I'm gonna laugh if you get even worse.
That's what I'm hoping.
Exactly.
It could, but odds are.
This is dice.
Oh!
Ah!
And you know
much
what the
worse.
funny thing is? After her soak, you would have dropped her to 0 with that first shot.
No, really?
Instead, she dives around the corner just as your shot echoes off. And what are you going to do with that advantage in Triumph?
Make her trip before she
Shouldn't have
ducks around
gotten
the corner.
cocky, kid.
Yeah, well.
Make her trip before she ducks around the corner so that Uma can shoot her.
You could always give one of your teammates a free maneuver.
Well, I'm kind of thinking I might use it for me a free maneuver.
That way you can double move, because these 4 guys with guns could be dangerous. I'm just saying.
If I get right there, they're not going to be able to shoot me, right?
Oh, they can just point straight down at the tower, because remember, they're in gun towers.
Wait, but the tower's here. This is like a wall or a rock or something there.
Okay, so you're going to take cover and give them black dice if they go after you?
Yeah.
So when they're in a target-rich environment?
So, yeah.
Okay, so immediately you crack that
You
shot
got
off.
feathers? You got chicken feet there, buddy? What happened?
I'm leading your way out.
And immediately what it was is because you were so concerned about securing retreat, because you realized that Uma is going to die if she just keeps getting shot by those guys in the towers. You know Uma's going to die. So you're taking a little preemptive hustle to get the hell out of there.
Yep.
Because you chopped a Sith with an axe. That's a win in anyone's category.
Hell yeah. And if we're not chasing the Sith, I'm starting the retreat.
Okay. And what do you want for that advantage?
Blue to whoever goes next for whatever they're doing.
Okay, so who is going next? There's a long pause.
Well, it's got to be either Uma or Janong, right? Because I've already gone.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and go, Uma.
Quit playing WoW.
Kelly, are you muted on World of Warcraft?
Stop your crafting.
I can hear you yelling in the room, but we can't hear you on the headphones.
Oh, yeah, look, you're muted.
I can hear her through the wall, so I have to be careful because she can obviously hear me. Sweetheart, you're on your Skype. You're muted.
Yep. You got this wonderful little microphone with a slash through it by your name or by your icon.
Can you hear me now?
We
Nope,
can
not
hear
at all.
you now.
Like, for freaking hell, this must have been muted for a while because I'm like, nobody could freaking hear me. I'm like, my headphones weren't muted. Stupid freaking Skype. Well, that explains why everyone was ignoring me.
Well,
Who
sometimes
do you
you
guys
ignore the
want me to
pilot.
shoot?
You could shoot at the guys at the tower, or you could take a double move without taking strain, or you could shoot the guys and take double movement for 2 strain.
What?
Sadly, the Sith is out of sight.
Yep, I know.
I'm going to shoot one of the guys
Derek,
in the
let her
tower.
go.
So, which tower are you going to shoot? This one or this one? Group 1 or Group 2?
This one.
Okay. So you're going to take a quick pot shot. Are you going to run up, take a shot at short range?
Well, my gun is long range.
Well, easier dice at short range. Just saying.
Okay, let me run up. Hopefully, it might make it a little more difficult for them.
So you take
So what?
your maneuver. So now it's only 1 purple dice. And are you going to take your shot?
Yeah, I think though. Do I want to stun or do I want to kill?
It's the same for minions.
Okay. All right.
They're
well,
minions,
then.
right? So.
Yep, they're taken out if you take them out. Basically, there's a
All
certain
right.
number you want to hit.
I'm gonna aim.
Are you sure you're going to aim?
Nah, never mind. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Oh shit!
Sweet.
Damn.
So much for that tower.
So she hit that magic number to take one out. And for your triumph, would you like to hit the other one with the bolt at the same time? So immediately she cracks off her shot.
Ricochets.
And I'm going to have to move it for a
He
sec.
falls off the other guy, and they both fall out of the tower, and yeah.
And you
Shot
get
right
that
through both their
80s
heads.
style as they go diving off the tower, you know. You kill one guy and he knocks his teammate off the tower to his death. And they both fall right at Zarek's feet. That's why he was there. It was to totally put them down if they weren't dead. So that's a huge boost. I mean, would you like to take, for 2 strain, an extra maneuver to keep running?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So immediately she pops her rifle up, cracks a shot off, kills 2 guys, and keeps running like nobody's business. So that leaves us with Janag. Who's probably quite happy he is the least threatening target in the group.
Right.
You just got to do the same thing she did when you go by the other tower.
Right.
Uma, did you want to move yourself further?
Bing.
You have 2 more squares you can go. And she's just like, later, skater.
And as you get there, you can yell for backup from the other guys.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, yo, motherfuckers.
Because as soon as Janag does the thing, all hell's going to break loose.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to, like, expose myself, but...
Well...
Ew, I don't want to imagine that either.
Present.
You're a lizard.
I can I shoot from where I'm at and then move to, like, that corner to give myself some cover from them shooting back at me?
Well, if you move to there, it's only 1 dice. From where you were standing, it's 2 purple dice.
All right, I'll move to here, then shoot.
So you're basically saying you're taking cover so they'll have a black dice to shoot you back.
Correct.
Okay. Are you going to take 2 strain for an aim?
Might as well.
Or 2 strain to
What
run
the hell?
further?
Oh, not
Okay.
that many.
Because you have tons of strain. Might as well cash it in.
Yeah, tons of strain.
Tons of strain. Okay, your difficulty set. 1 purple, 1 blue. Whatever you've got for a dice pool.
That's
Oh, boy.
the problem.
Oh boy.
I mean, you can totally pull... Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
So your blaster rifle does 10
And
points
you
of
can
damage,
critical.
which again does that magic number I was talking about because they have Soka 5 and points of 5. So you murdered 1. If you would like to use your 3 advantage to crit, that would murder the second one as well.
Look at that.
That sounds awesome.
What a crack team.
Okay, so you lift up your blaster from your little position and you just like crack. And they both, you put a blaster bolt through one and he kind of does that whole stagger back, grabs the other guy, and he screams as they both go falling off these guard towers. Obviously, it was the guys who do not have coordination being in charge of the towers.
Right.
And that's going to be the top of the order. For dramatic pause, I'm going to roll an extra initiative. Because, and I'll be honest with you guys, I seriously doubt it's going to be better than your first slot. Just want to say that.
We're such a crack team. We're so good. Oh, yeah. Definitely not better.
Yeah, definitely not better
Wow.
with the. So they're a little slow to respond, but you know there is response. These 6 guys are like all ready to fight for the cause. Unfortunately, they only have blaster pistols, and that Jedi's pretty far away.
Well, that
So,
Jedi even further away.
who's gonna go first?
Me?
The one we left behind?
So I would like to use a stim pack
Okay.
and then run the hell out of here.
Okay, so you slap a stim pack to get 5 wounds back as your action. And then you could basically move over to here. Now the question is, do you want to take some strain to move again?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Because you don't want to get shot dead in your tracks. You know, you have 2 lightsabers. It's a victory.
Right?
And still no range. So yeah, keep moving.
And I don't think you have reflect yet either.
I do have reflect, yeah.
Oh, okay. See, that could have been handy. Okay, so immediately our Jedi runs away. At this point, the other Jedi, air quotes, is continuing to run away to live another day. So who's going next?
Heading to her ship on the landing pad, probably.
Nah, she's probably just trying to find her lover and get Stimpack back to health. She now has a vicious scar from an axe and a vicious scar from a lightsaber. She's gonna come back all Kylo Ren-y.
And multiple frickin' crits.
Mm-hmm. She's not in good shape.
So here's a quick question. Is this like backing up? Is that where we're going?
Well,
I mean, unless you want to kill everybody here.
Well, I'm just verifying as we're running and we get back to the truck. What's our further plan there?
Is the plan to get to your ship and leave, or is it to get back
That's
to the
what I'm
fort?
saying. Did he out of here or what?
Janag, by the way, give me a perception check since you're like the first one running, the furthest.
You're the first sniper victim?
Yeah, since you're running first.
Wait, but we're still in uniform, so they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
They could think we're coming out to take up position.
So you're running and you're just like, running like your lizard brain is telling you to get the hell out of there.
Or
I will give you, for that triumph, if you want extra information, I will give you some extra information.
Yes. I always love extra information.
As you're running right here, a camera probe catches your attention, mainly because you have one, so you recognize these things.
Uh-oh.
Right where?
Right here, south of your current location.
Near the entrance, yeah.
Ooh.
And it catches your
Smile.
attention because the camera seems to be actively recording. And it's right here. And when you kind of look, you realize...
Like, is it off the edge or... Because, again, my microphone just went... Because all I'm seeing is the edge.
Scroll down to the bottom. It's further down on the map.
But, like, right here.
Yep.
So is it off the edge or right at the edge?
Right at the edge, up on the cliff, basically.
Okay.
There's a little cargo netting covering something, and all of a sudden you kind of see the glimpse of someone or something moving underneath the cargo netting.
Oh, yay!
Because you rolled triumph, you had to spot her.
Right. Yay!
Rescue you!
Don't fall, come on down!
Okay, so as you guys are running, who's got the best athletics, by the way?
Oh, I don't think it's me.
Or coordination. I will take either.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Coordination I might have.
Well, athletics I've got 1, and in coordination I have 2.
Well, coordination I have 1 yellow and 3 green.
In coordination, I have 1 yellow, 3 green, 1 white, and -1 black. In athletics, I have 2 yellows, 1 white, and -1 black.
You guys are all way better. Yeah, 1 yellow, 2 green on athletics.
Okay, so it sounds like it's between Uma and Alina.
Well, he's got those extra. I mean, ours is the same except for those extra Jedi things.
Taking the blacks off.
The
Yeah.
extra Jedi enhance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so which one of you wants to roll me a general check that basically encompasses your rush to freedom to outrun those pursuing you?
Go for it, Alina.
All right, I can go for it. Am I better rolling 2 yellows or 1 yellow and 3 greens? I think the 1 yellow, 3 greens is probably better, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I would roll.
All right, so coordination.
Oh,
I'm bringing balance to the force.
You love it.
It's because I told him that I had a white and -1 black.
Yeah.
Got to make this worthwhile.
And I am giving you a blue, by the way, since you guys have a nice juicy head start since you murdered those tower guards.
pretty handedly. And
Basically,
Janag
you're
thought he
just
couldn't
trying to
do it.
outrun those troops that were following you, and they're a bit of a disadvantage.
Well, they're probably
So
figure out exactly what's happening.
Rolling.
Oh my gosh!
Wow. So
you could embrace the dark side.
You are so full of fear right now. As you guys are they're kind of following behind you guys, shooting blaster bolts over your head. You guys are ducking. You're signaling the reinforcements that are coming to run back to the truck. Run back to the truck.
Yeah, so your but your force dice, what's that give you? You're allowed to spend it to make success, or what?
It doesn't really tell me what I'm able to do with it. Just says that I get a 1 white die to my coordination and athletics.
Right.
Check out your enhanced power. That's the one that gives you that. So enhanced basic power will tell you what it does.
Yeah, it's probably.
It's usually advantage or success or some combination of.
Yeah.
Where do I find it?
On your
in the talents
tree.
Yeah, it'll be on the
tree.
Okay.
Do you not have it right there? All right, we'll
jump to the Googles.
Google. What am I Googling? Star Wars.
I can pull up the Star Wars. Let's see. Where's my Force and Destiny? There we go. Enhance force power. Whoops. So, influence, heal, receive, enhance. Control, take force, sleep action. No. Let's see which one. Let's see. Range. Enhance.
Yeah, no, the only thing I have in enhance is force sleep vertical. So.
And that's spinning the dice, but how are you getting the light side?
Have the enhanced basic power. Let me take a look at that. See page 2.
Here we go. When making an athletics check, force user may roll an enhanced power check as part of the pool. The user may spin the dark or light to gain a success or a advantage user choice. So you can embrace the dark side right now, spin that dark side and flip
and make a clean getaway.
A destiny point to get a 1 success.
Yep, let's do it.
So spend a light side point, take 2 strain. You embrace the darkness because you're running like a fearful animal after doing your thing.
She's all giddy from striking a freaking Sith.
Right.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And she stole the lightsaber.
Yep, that would be that's 2 strain for you for embracing the dark side. As you really want to go back and finish her off, because you don't wound what you can't kill. But your compatriots are like, no, we got to leave now. We got to leave now. So you all manage to get to the truck because Alina's like moving people, pushing people, helping people as she catches up to you guys. As she's just like, go,
get to the chopper.
So you guys jump into the truck. Uma goes ripping off with the hover truck. Where are you guys heading to? Let me flip the map real quick. so you can see options. Options.
So wasn't there a landing port at Fort Garnick? I thought you said there was at one
Yeah,
point.
there
is in the corner.
is, but it's fully under Republic control, so that's why folks like you wouldn't normally use it.
Normally, but now we're with
But we
the
have
Republic.
we now have the free reign to come and go as we please.
Well,
So-
yeah, we had the orders. The little.
Right. I mean, we're on their mission with us. So if we were to go back to the ship and if we decide not to leave, I would still say we go to the ship and fly the ship to Fort Garnick as to just going back to Fort Garnick.
It's true. You could take, the truck to the ship and take the ship into the fort.
Right.
So specifically, did the reporter chick join us as we were running into the cave?
Janog, do you say anything to her as you realize that, yes, this is in fact the reporter chick's camouflage little camp where she's been recording footage?
I mean, he did say, "Be careful, join us. We're bugging out of here."
Mm-hmm.
Did she actually do that?
So seeing a big damn Jedi here, do the cool thing that she saw you do with her drone, because that's what she's basically camped out there doing. She slides down the hill and immediately, she's the last one to dive into the hover truck as Uma's flooring it. And her little probes are catching up to her, and she's just gasping for air. So I assume you guys have a real Jedi with you.
Where?
Yes. Yeah. Well, we have a Jedi with us versus, they have a Sith. So.
Now I'm gonna who's asking?
I'm Zimone, HoloNet reporter, and she immediately flips a pocket's Velcro, and her press pass pops out. It's got the nice HoloNet logo in a hologram that comes off the card, so it's floating a little off her vest. I've been trying to get footage, but my stupid cameraman joined the freaking separatists. And he stole all of the footage that I had, so I'm trying to get more footage.
Well, hopefully you got some good shots there.
Are you guys Republic troops?
No, we're separatists.
And she kind of looks at the three troopers with you, and they're just kind of yuck, 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 yuck. And they kind of nod. She's just oh, so you went in there as spies.
We're independent. We're independent contractors.
So, what was it like when you got into the base and realized that your plan worked to infiltrate? And she immediately starts interviewing the gank. Because that's, of course, who a reporter would want to interview, right?
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna step in front of the camera and put my hand in front of it and saying,
well, sweetie,
back off, lady.
You're driving the truck.
This is why you're
okay. Well,
driving
I'm gonna smack out nobody is doing any more friggin' interviews.
And she's shouting through the window back to the rest of you guys, no interviews.
I just stare at the reporter.
Stone face.
After that, yep.
Okay, so what is the plan? To run to the
Zarek
ship?
Specifically, I'm going to tell Zarek she better not be recording.
As she looks at her little camera drones, and they look at her, and you totally don't realize them shift the red button slightly away from you guys so you can't see it, but you can totally see the red button saying recording.
Yeah, I'll aim the rifle at one of the drones.
And she's just whoa, and dives in front of the rifle, and she clicks a button in her vest, and the two little things land in her pockets. And she's
and I'm give me the data sticks right now.
Well, you're driving. We'll handle it once we get back.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, secret mission requires secrecy.
Yeah, it needs some editing.
I have press pass. You can't sequester the press. I have journalistic freedom on this battlefield.
Our journalist Janog will help you edit some of the material for reviewing.
And she immediately just changes channel on her face and goes right up to Janog going, oh, you're also a journalist? Which network are you with?
So yeah,
Yeah, the one that doesn't lie to people.
Oh, I see. Trust me, you have no idea how hard it is not letting the Republic forces sequester the true information that we have here.
So Fox News, basically.
Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get a signal out with any of the recordings we have, and that bastard Henrik took all of the recordings that we took during this whole thing, and he joined the Separatists. He's probably editing, splicing footage now, trying to make them look like big damn heroes.
I just groan. Oh, motherfucking Russian.
He's probably found some pretty face to be the poster child of their cause.
You know,
she's
you
filming.
say that.
So she's filming for the Republic.
Well, she's filming for the HoloNet, basically the unbiased CNN.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, just get us back to the ship. We'll deal with all that once we get there in safety.
Okay, you come ripping out. The 3 troopers immediately, drop out of the back of the vehicle as soon as you stop outside the tunnel, and they basically get back to their little, pillbox to secure it to make sure nobody follows you guys, and they give you guys the honorable thumbs up of like, you guys are the shit.
Yeah, just secure that tunnel.
and the reporter kind of turns her cameras back on and says, and here we see brave Republic troops defending the line.
Part of secret are you misunderstanding?
And she just looks back and she's like, I need stock footage.
I need you to stop filming.
And she kind of looks at Zarek, who I'm assuming is just giving her the stone wall.
Oh, yeah.
And she pushes the button for her little probes to go back in their pockets in her vest. All of a sudden, all of you say a silent prayer that Janag is not this bad about secretly filming everyone. You hope.
I wouldn't trust none of it, but...
Okay, so you guys head back to the ship. You jump in real quick.
Yep.
You conveniently
Put all the
find
parts back in.
the ship has not been molested. Somebody's been trying the keypad, but nobody actually was able to get in. So it's not molested at all. You
Yep.
guys get in the ship. Immediately, you kind of realize when Uma's taking off, which, by the way, Uma, give me a piloting roll.
Okay.
Don't roll yet, though.
Can we go pick up my droid first?
Well, it is at the fort.
We're
can
going
see.
to the fort.
Didn't grab it while we went by it?
I don't know anymore.
Well, got to keep up, man.
Well, do you mean your drone or the battle droid?
The battle droid.
Yeah, that's at the fort.
Yeah, let's...
We're heading to the fort now, so we can pick
Yeah,
up.
because you said you left it behind.
Yeah.
Because it's
I just want to make
protecting.
sure it's gonna get into the bird. Like, get in the bird. You can have my
Okay.
new love toy.
Go ahead and roll when you're ready.
Look at that.
As you rip the engine and coast up, all of a sudden you kind of realize as you fly by, one of the turrets kind of shoots in your general vicinity, but it's not even anywhere close to you. It's almost like it's 5 degrees off target. But it glows beautifully off your pink skin.
Mm-mm.
And all of a sudden you turn around and realize there's a camera probe recording that cool image.
I'm like basically giving Zarek the cue, smash those suckers, get those data. This is my ship. It's a smuggler ship. I don't need this shit.
Well, the reporter's not there. She just sent the probe to follow you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Guess what?
Obviously, you're the ones with
probe
brains
is-
in charge.
I'll grab the probe and stick it in a closet or something.
Okay, you grab it, open a panel, and just shove it in there and close the panel so you hear this
Yep.
ting 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 ting, and the occasional binary blip.
I'm going to ask Janong to slice it and erase all the footage of us.
Well, it's not recording locally.
She's got it on her, not in the
Yeah.
droid. I'm
It's
assuming it's transmitting to.
Yep.
Well, if it can transmit, can you not hack its transmission?
Send
Ooh.
a signal to the data pad to cause it to short circuit.
She has given Janong a challenge. How will he deal with that?
But I mean, we don't need to necessarily delete the data. We just need to have Janong edit and blur our images so that they can still play the data and show what occurred. That there's a Sith. Their Sith was able to be almost taken down, but blur the
So you just
details
want me
of
to
who
blur
we are.
us?
Yeah, blur
Yeah,
out.
That's what I recommend.
I can
I
blur
work in
us.
the criminal element. I don't need
You went
to be...
poster child at their base.
We're not a
I had a
I can't
choice
help
on
that anymore. We gotta
Yeah,
go
that
get
data's
guy.
out there waiting to be shown. So
Yeah, like I can't stop you from being poster child.
but
Maybe.
that data that's some random shit. This is actually data almost taking down a Sith. Probably not a good idea that we're seen as who we are in that.
Right.
Whether we're smugglers
that.
or we're a elite, like I said, contract team.
Mm-hmm.
We need that blurred, but the footage is still good footage for them to help take back the island.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we need to make sure we can't be identified in that exactly who we are.
So
Yeah.
is Janag going to try to hack?
Well, he needs to sweet talk her. Or just hack it.
Or we could always have our Jedi sweet talker and have him hack it.
Like, so
Whichever.
she's not with us, though, right?
Jedi is not much
She's
fun.
on the ship with us.
talking.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
she is?
followed
We're
you
taking her
guys
back
right
to
onto
the
the
fort.
ship. Unless Janag wants to kick her off the boat.
She doesn't need to know we're smugglers or nothing. She just needs to know we're independent contractors that fulfilled this mission and we cannot be identified.
You're
So
on
we
a
need
to edit the
secret
data.
mission and you had a ship ready and waiting. It was a great plan.
She might be okay with that. as
Yeah,
long as we
because
show
it's
what
either
occurred.
that or I'm going to just destroy all of her.
Yeah, but see, by destroying her stuff isn't helping you at all, and it's not helping us at all.
Well, I assume that
Republic.
they're recording direct.
But remember, we're for the
data.
Republic. We're against the Separatists.
Right.
I'm for myself.
Right. But right now, the
Correct.
benefit for us is supporting the Republic right now.
I'm thinking long term on this one.
No, but we don't want to burn bridges. So we help them on this mission right now. We have the data, whether we coerce her or convince her in some way. We can start with trying to sweet talk her because we can always fall back to me for coercion. And we get her to let us modify the data so that she can still show everything that occurred, just not who the people were that did it.
I mean, I could try throwing the Jedi card, and be all, you can understand how, as a Jedi, my face can't be out there on the HoloNets involved in this incident. You can use the footage, but just blur our faces, especially since we were in Separatist uniforms as an undercover unit. That could get us killed.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what skill I have that would be good for that, because I don't have the persuasion skills.
Right. Well, once we land at the fort, Uma can explain it all with her charm, and if that doesn't work, I'll coerce. And then we'll go from there. And if we have to use force, we'll use force.
Mm-hmm.
And I would probably doctor the lightsaber to look like a sword, standard sword.
No, I think it's
Vibro
fine to
sword.
leave it as a lightsaber. They won't know which Jedi it is.
No, but do they necessarily need to know? Because it looks really better as a story if regular people with regular weapons almost killed a Sith versus the Jedi helping. It helps them to rise up and motivate to fight and take her out.
The gank
But the
is
Jedi
really
inspired the people.
Eh,
But then,
then they can't get it done without the Jedi. But if some commoners with regular weapons did it,
Yeah, your guys' call. I'm actually busy on the ship seeing if I can get out a signal, Jim, to my Jedi contacts to let them know that I did confirm there was a Sith. We engaged. Unfortunately, there were overwhelming forces. We were not able to take out the Sith. However, I did rob the bitch of her lightsaber.
So yeah, so she's zooming over to the fort. We're signaling them or whatever we have to do to make sure nobody's shooting us as we land. I
So
don't know if people have already
is
told them who we are.
Jannog turning off the scramblers? The important question.
Would the scramblers affect the ship too?
Yep.
Yep. It was
All
It's
all
all
communication is-
signals,
communications in the channels. Yeah.
including telling the fort not to shoot you out of the sky.
They can't, right? I thought we disabled the gun.
Well,
Well,
they
they
have
can
guns.
use ground weapons and stuff. They may have some ground heavy weapons or
True.
whatchamacallit.
Although I
Gunner.
assume we would have told them that, hey, if we get this, we're gonna.
You
Gonna fly
probably
back
told
over.
people in charge. Problem is, there's a bunch of rednecks with rifles on the fort walls. The Separatists stole the ship!
Before actually leaving Dreliad Village, we should probably turn back on communications and let the fort know we're coming.
Jannog, do you hit the
Fine. I'll hit the switch.
switch?
I mean, it's not as critical now.
But
They'll
here's
find
the
out.
downside. Here's the downside. Once I do that, that footage of Uma will go out.
Yeah, well, that's just her running around a separatist village.
And
Well,
praising the separatists and
except for all I said, I remember I left my statement specifically vague about. I basically said nobody should be able to tell me how to live my life.
you can confuse 40 scholars with one fact. You cannot confuse one fool with 40 facts.
Besides, the Republic knows who we are, so it's not as big of an issue. And if they start talking, that's okay because it's going to take them a while to hash out every fucking thing that's been going on. So they're not like they're going to get super organized, and then we can turn it back off later.
Yeah.
True.
Plus, now that we've kind of helped the Republic take control of the central corridor of the island,
They can
them
start
having
moving
communications,
troops.
they can coordinate, better coordinate retaking control of Ordum Village and
Yep.
Talaran Village.
Plus, we can drop off the rest of the rifles,
Yep.
Yep.
so they're better armed too. So
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys.
And we can pick up the battle droid.
Okay, you do exactly that. You radio the fort, let them know you're coming. They give you a landing coordinates. Easy spot for you to land. Easy within shot of your drone crawling its way up to your ramp and getting on board. So it's
Yay.
nice and secure in case you have to leave in a hurry. Or you now have a battle droid in your cargo bay protecting your ship.
right,
Let's hope it
like,
doesn't
oh look,
start
we
shooting.
snuck in. Oh,
Wrong.
They've got an Ed 209 on board.
To the carpet. They didn't hear the gunfire drop.
Only this one can handle stairs. What?
Damn these chicken legs.
So, Jim, once the communications block is down, can I get out that message to my...
Yep, you've got your message already all recorded, ready to go, and you click the send button. You get the little ... Thankfully, a Republic ship got the transmission and bounced it to the Jedi Temple. You get a little quick encoded message of proceed as you feel is appropriate. Because Jedi
Already
Council. They're like,
already done.
they're like, do what you know is right to do. I trust that you
Oh,
were
God.
trained.
sure. Throw it back on you. Do what you know is right. Oh my God.
Yeah, we're done on this island.
Well, who's making what rolls against the reporter chick? Get her all fixed up and
So is
Janong's
Janong
editing.
going to try to hack her stuff? Or is someone going to try to sweet talk her?
I would like to see someone try and sweet talk her before I hack her. I mean, I'm all
Fine.
down for
I
that.
will try and sweet talk her. And I'm going to use a light side.
Ooh, good. Do you have one?
Yes, we
yes,
had the
your last one. Ooh.
Just makes it harder for me to
She's
hack,
go-
but
she-
that's fine.
She's going to...
Oh, well, you know what?
geez.
That's true.
No, don't worry about it.
fine.
He's
Too late.
got enough
I
dice
mean, I have
full.
3
Perfect.
yellow.
Too late.
Yeah, he's got like 6 yellow or some shit. So
Okay.
he's got 6 dice.
And it's
All right.
I
10
got
minutes
6
till
dice.
9 o'clock.
And
It's a perfect time to,
Yeah.
to put me against the wall.
Yep.
Okay,
She's
so-
engaged. I'm looming.
Yeah, so he gives me
3
what?
advantage.
3 advantage.
Yep.
3. Oh, damn. Let me put those in there.
Yep. 3 auto advantage because she's
Ooh-wee.
engaged. I'm looming.
You ready?
Yep.
Triumph, 3 successes and an advantage.
So, Uma,
Actually, 4 advantage.
you are charming her. You are an exquisitely charming creature. You have a triumph. So this Lois Lane of the galaxy far, far away is eating every word you say. It is empowering you as you charm her. Now, seeing as it is October the 13th, how charming are you wanting to be with her?
Oh, it is the 13th. How about that?
What does it matter if it's the 13th?
Guys, would someone like to explain to Kelly?
I don't know about October 13th, but 13th's like my favorite number. So,
Oh.
sorry.
Good thing you're not triskaidekaphobic. Okay, what's with October 13th?
So are you seducing her or just being very charming?
Just being very charming.
Are you sure?
Fine, I'll seduce her.
As all the everyone on board's watching out, and just
Yeah.
because today is October the 13th, which is isn't it the official coming out day?
No.
Oh, you know what? I think I seen something about that.
Yeah, that's why Lockheed Martin chose to recognize.
Yeah,
Great.
that was why I thought that's why you dropped your lesbian joke earlier at the beginning.
Yeah. Well,
because
like I said, that's
Yeah, absolutely.
so I thought it'd just be totally
Sorry, that
appropriate,
was a-
Uma, as you basically give her an exclusive. Exclusive
Uma's-
beyond exclusive.
Uma's coming out. Alina's all yes.
I've got a
Wait.
chance.
Hey, I'm fluid.
As Uma kind of points at her lightsaber, I have toys.
It's like the Twilight, the Leku do more than just talk.
Oh. Wow. That's a thought I hadn't really pictured.
Ah,
Hey,
So-
Uma,
Yeah.
it doesn't just hum. Like bass.
Yeah, just make sure it's not the double-sided because you hit the wrong button and oh man.
that's okay. You just swap out the crystals. It's only got a stun me setting.
Yeah, the training stunned me.
So
Oh, this evolved very quickly, didn't it?
Yeah,
we turned into a bunch of 13-year-olds just like that.
yeah.
So yes, by the way, Uma, you seduce her, and she will gladly do whatever you want to guarantee your safety, and to make sure that you are able to do your secret mission. And
Okay,
she's
good.
actually kind of apologetic because maybe you can give her insider information in the future, or just an excuse to get together again.
See, now you got a reporter insider now.
True. Okay.
See?
Yeah.
Big damn
So-
triumph at the seduction thing.
So might come in handy at some point down the road. She can counter all the shit when it comes out from the other side. So Janong's then gonna do a quick cleanup on everything to make it look like we want it.
Well, in fact, with that seduction, she's willing to do it to protect her crew. She's more than willing to blur out everyone's identity so it can't be seen.
Okay.
Including, she does a color shift on Uma, so she doesn't look
Yay.
pink. She looks more of a lavender.
Nice.
So
Sweet.
lightsaber goes from blue to
Fuchsia.
fuchsia.
It's more of an aqua. And so you guys get back to the base. You know everything's secure. Are you guys at this point? Do you guys want to leave the planet, or do you want to stick around and continue helping?
Well, we're going to brief the command on everything going on. There's a very injured Sith. The dude's down at the base. Make sure he knows everything about Toleron.
Okay.
Give him the guns. 'Cause he paid for those guns, right?
Yep. He paid for the guns.
Yep. Give him the guns.
If he can arm up a larger force, we could go back to Ordham Village and clear it out.
Well, but at the same time, the guns aren't. One gun's not working. The other gun because because that one's not linked. It's just the two, right?
It's just the two at Teleron Village and Ordham Village.
Communications are up. You can let them know now the guns aren't going to hit you, so you can start bringing down troops. Do you think you can handle it? And we can get out.
Yeah.
You definitely put them in a far better place than they were when you arrived.
Who is it? Commander, General? What was he?
The base commander.
Yeah. So does the commander think he's got it from here with all the advantages we've given him?
I mean, he definitely is thanking you guys for your service. I mean, if you would let him, he would give you a official commendation, but I'm assuming Uma would shoot that down in a second.
Yeah, no. I'm fine with not being accommodated. They can pay me more. I'm willing to accept cash donations.
So does he have medals on hand? He can give them to throw on the ship. You never know; they might come in handy.
Unfortunately, he would have to put in the requisition forms to have them given out and delivered. So you'd have to stick around for a while.
No.
So on the side, I would like to tell him he could put one of my IO thing that I have with the Republic. I mean, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Just put it in there.
They
I don't
can
need
put
the
it on
medal.
record. I don't need metal. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good point.
I'm a Jedi. We
Next
don't
time
need
somebody.
any military.
I mean, it helps our reaction.
How about they
interactions.
expunge my record?
You have a major record with them?
No, remember they.
Accommodation helps if it's in their Republic records.
Exactly.
So they will definitely give you that if you get pulled over by the Republic and they pull up your records. They'll see Commander so-and-so commendation. Don't fuck with these people. So he will
I'm
definitely
willing to take.
Okay, so he basically gives you his word for rescuing him, rescuing family members of his men, for disabling the weapons and saving countless lives on those ships above their heads. And he looks at Alina and gives this honorable bow gesture for facing the Sith and wounding her and taking her weapon of murder and bringing honor back to it.
Oh, and Janong, you might want to give them the codes so they can quickly take control of the guns when they get control of the areas.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, they're gonna be fucking with that for ever, getting control back again.
Well,
6 months later, all over the news feed, whatever the name of this planet is, or at least this island, was eventually overthrown by the separatists because they never were able to get the guns back online.
Because of some.
The planet of Ord Mantell was saved because these guys couldn't figure out how to reprogram guns. Obviously, one of the yokels threw off the targeting reticle on it, and it just can't shoot shit now.
Yep. So.
Okay, so you guys are opting to take off.
Yeah, I think we go back to some smuggling shit. That's just my opinion.
Yes, Uma is totally down with blowing this pop stand.
Okay.
And making James work a little harder coming up with new missions now.
Okay, that is A-okay. And As also the commander gives you a crate of 20 bottles of Carillion whiskey as a
shit.
personal thank you from his
Hell
personal
yeah.
stash, because I want to thank you for what you did. You had no reason to go above and beyond like this. I mean, sure, we paid for the rifles, but we paid more than enough to thank you with this extra gift. And anytime you are welcome at this port.
Awesome. So that makes, let's see here. Let me scroll up. So how many crates did he give us?
He gave you an additional one, so it's an extra 20
the
bottles.
total of 5.
Yep.
So we have 5. So we have 5 crates of Carillion brandy now.
So and how many per crate?
It should be 20 bottles per crate.
Per crate.
Per
And
crate.
we have how many crates?
5.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So you have enough
We can get
Carillion
drunk.
whiskey to bribe your way past at least 5 starports.
Wow.
Because you meet the
I mean,
customs
some of
official
that-
with a crate, and you just say, "Oh, this fell off the loading ramp." Slide.
Hey, Jim,
Yeah.
Some of that, though,
Jim,
might have to be used
enough
for medicinal purposes,
I was
though.
going to say, we have enough Carillion whiskey to get us past 4 spaceports.
Like I said, one crate might have to be left on the ship for medicinal purposes.
Damn straight.
Okay, so you guys are basically getting in the ship, waving goodbye. Ship's taking off in the atmosphere. There's that beautiful open corridor for you guys to get out of the battle that's going on up there, because the Republic finally got reinforcements and they're starting to take out the Separatists, are just taking off in different directions. And you guys clear up. So is there any planet in particular you're aiming for?
Preferably one that's a ways away so I can get a nice long rest.
Yeah. I think we need a little R&R right now.
Okay, so you're heading to the nearest pleasure satellite for a little sun and Fluston paradise.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a little reminder there for our Jedi, so he knows what type of double-bladed lightsaber and crystal he's got there.
Mm.
It's got a Mephit crystal in it.
Who is Crystal?
Interesting.
Mephit. Mephite. That's the crystal that's inside that lightsaber that she stole from a Jedi.
Uh-huh.
You have to look that
Each
crystal
one
up for details, but
Yep.
So I can give you some robotic arms that can increase your brawn. Got that? Like, no problem, baby.
Be like, let's just cut off your arms and put some robot ones on. You know what? I had an idea of an arm that separates into 2 arms so you could hold extra lightsabers.
Ooh.
And if we've got more time, we can put spinny
And there was something about
wrists
vacuum
on it.
attachments.
So what I would like to do is those 2 arms that split so that I have 4 arms, and then I'm going to take a play out of Phantom Menace, and I'm going to take that double-bladed lightsaber and I'm going to cut it in half so that I have 2 lightsabers plus my original lightsaber for a total of 3 lightsabers.
And then you got to make sure to have a blaster in your spare hand.
yeah.
Or leave it open for doorknobs. Just in case.
Right. Well, that's true. That's true. Data pads and doorknobs. Yep.
Repulsor fist is always nice.
Right. So as I'm swinging at him with my lightsaber and I have him distracted, I can gut punch him.
Hey, it can knock down. It can concussive. I mean, it does quite a bit.
I like it.
Okay, so you guys are heading off to the nearest pleasure satellite to go enjoy
Yeah.
some good R&R.
Yeah, dig him out,
Obviously,
man.
there'll have to be some kind of adventure that happens at the pleasure planet or the pleasure satellite, whichever one we come up with.
Yep.
And
Well, there's
that,
always intrigue to be found. at
How
pleasure
many
planets.
XP?
that is a
She's
good place
going
to
right for
wrap it up there. She's hitting me up for the XP. She might be
so I can
tired,
put it in the notes. Yeah,
but
and
she
I'm
wants
tired.
her eeps. So it's going to be 20 experience since you guys wrapped up
Yay.
the storyline. You did the good fight for the right reasons, And you possibly have a nemesis now. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I knew we were going to cross paths with her again. So.
I tried, man.
That's
Oh, well.
totally a thing in Star Wars. After all, if you don't kill it, it comes back to get you.
So yeah, I'm going to spend that there 20 points to buy Saber Swarm so that I can use 2 lightsabers. And I'm going to need a little help comprehending what this says because I'm, not familiar with the Star Wars world. But it's basically.
And since you have the saber, you can deconstruct it to turn it into a regular lightsaber. By the way,
Instead
I'm
of a
gonna
red
log,
blade.
guys.
Yep.
Yep.
Go play WoW.
No,
no,
good
she's
night.
crashing.
Yeah,
It's
good night. Yeah,
it's
not
past her
wow.
bedtime.
No,
I'm sure
the
she's
darn
tempted.
thing is that they're having server issues, which they always do.
Well, that's good. So you
after
do
a
actually
massive-
go to bed.
Oh yeah, no, I'm tuckered. I gotta be up at 3:30. So
Mm-hmm.
good night, all.
All right,
Good
good
night.
night. But yeah, we can easily just say that you turned that double-bladed lightsaber by taking it apart into a single regular lightsaber, but you do have that special crystal.
Which would be attuned to change color.
Well, no, it's a green crystal.
Oh, is it?
That was the thing, is she was using a not red lightsaber.
Oh,
She was
I did
pretending
catch
to
that.
be a not Sith.
Oh. Wow. So there you go. Yeah, deconstruct down to 1, and then you can just double blade or 2 wield. I mean, you don't care about the dual wield. And with Zhang rolls, I think you'll be fine with that. Don't think there'll be an issue making that occur. Though he did have a fucking failure. What was that, dude?
I know.
How the hell do you do that with all those dice?
Right.
Where did I fail at?
Where was it? You failed on something with it. Where was it at?
So, by the way, if you'd like to know what the crystal does, they are they are a special type of kyber crystal, particularly strongly imbued with the Force. And the crystal can only be applied to lightsabers. It does 8 damage, crit 2, breach 1, sunder. And in the lightsaber, the crystal in a lightsaber is detected by any Force sensitive attempting to sense their surroundings through the Force.
So it's like a living entity?
Mm-hmm. That it basically can ping by anybody that's Force sensitive.
Oh, damn.
I was totally waiting for our Jedi to use her Force powers to sense.
Yeah, we were still kind of trying to figure out our plans, and I was going to, but she kind of opened the door on us before I could get to that.
I love the fact that you randomly walked up to the building she was in.
Of course. And sitting there whispering outside her, hey, we should do this. And if we could talk those people into, she's like, what the hell's going on out there?
And then she feels a disturbance in the Force and rolls a triumph.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. It saved us from getting too far in.
It made an interesting change of story. I liked it.
Yeah.
All right,
The only
guys.
thing I remember failing is talking to the generator guys.
I thought you
Trying
had
to
a
tell
roll
them I
today
was
that
on
was
there.
I had a horrible roll today.
I was going to say, I thought one of your rolls failed today.
I don't think I only rolled once today. I think.
I had that one roll where it was basically just a bunch of.
Oh, no, it was the
advantage.
stealth roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the stealth roll.
I
Sorry.
failed the stealth roll. My coordination roll was a bunch of advantage, which I never used. I should have just taken strain back. And that dark side point, which I used to actually make it a success.
Oh, yeah. Does he need to finish up his...
Yep, he needs to roll a
morale.
1d10 for his morality.
I need to do what?
So at the end of... Basically, I've been putting all these sessions together. So the conflict that you've earned, you'll want to go ahead and roll a 1d10 and minus the 6 conflict that you've earned.
6. Ooh.
6.
Yeah, we're going to have to explain how this works, but I can do a roll 1.
Over to the left, there's a dice. And if you click on the dice, it'll bring up a little chart. And then you can either advance roll, select the dice, and roll, or you can just click the die 10 up top.
Yeah, I know I can do it that way. I can also do a /roll 1d10 in the chat.
Yeah.
So the
Just
way
give
morality
me up.
works is as you develop conflict because you do bad things or bad things happen, bad things are happened upon you. So you
Happened
earn
upon you.
conflict, and then at the end you roll your morality, which is a D10, and you subtract how much conflict you earn versus how much morality you earn. So you could either be plus to your morality or you could drop in morality. Usually, almost everybody goes up in morality. It's a broken system, but this is how you decide. How you figure out if you're falling in morality to the dark side.
Yeah. Even when you
So
assassinate.
so on your character's first tab, you should see morality as one of the choices.
Hold on, let me get back there. I rolled an 8, by the way.
Mhm.
Yep.
So you're going to be gaining 2 morality to whatever you're at. You're probably at like 50, I think.
So first tab,
Yep.
character info, you mean? Yeah.
Yep.
Character
on the
info.
And you want to scroll
then
down, and there
down
should
at
be
the
a
bottom.
morality.
Morality 50. Okay, so now
So
I
you're
have.
now 52.
Okay.
So what happens is if you get high enough, you become a paragon, and one thing paragon does is it gives you guys a free light side at every Destiny game. So you automatically have one just because you're a paragon of the light. You're Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're Qui-Gon. You naturally have a little advantage because you're good. If you drop below, I think it's 35, you lose 2 strain, but you gain 2 wounds, and you can now use dark side instead of light side.
Yep. And if you have conflict recorded there, you can now clear it to 0. But that's where you should record the conflict points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you just have to tell me when I get conflict points because I have no idea when.
Oh, I have a notepad. I keep them.
He's
and
gonna keep it
and
back.
usually conflict, like in that one cheat sheet, will tell you like it takes like heinous stuff to get a lot of conflict. I mean, the big thing is whenever you're using a dark side, you automatically get a point of conflict because you're tapping into the wrong emotions.
Yep.
And sadly, on the force dice, dark side is more prevalent than light side.
Yep.
Because as Yoda said, it's not that it's stronger; it's just easier.
Yep.
It's just a natural instinct that you can kick into to use the dark side. The light side is the moral high ground.
Yep.
It just takes, constant perseverance. Alrighty, guys, so we'll go ahead and log out there, and apparently I will be Googling and researching some pleasure satellites or pleasure planets, because you totally need some crazy, non-combat, all-social stuff on a pleasure planet.
So, Jim, is it safe to assume that by next session we'll be back to full health and full strain?
Yep, you will definitely be having sauna treatments and mud baths, so you will be completely healed up.
All right.
Mud bath, or back to infused mud baths.
Mm-hmm. You go into those Wookiee bathing, pools where there's little shrimp that clean your hair for you.
So, Jim, something completely, well, not unrelated, but not related to this particular campaign.
Mm-hmm.
My brother and I were talking earlier today, as I said. He asked me what I was up to later today, and I told him that I was going to be playing a Star Wars game, and he got all excited thinking it was a computer game. And so I had to explain to him, no, I'm playing it on my computer, but it's actually like Dungeons and Dragons. It's a role-playing game, and we play with this program, Roll20. And had to explain all that to him. He does not have the time to commit to a campaign, but he is curious about it and may be interested in doing a one-shot if that's something you think you could put together.
Okay, we can definitely make a one-shot happen.
We might have to talk about that because maybe I'll get my brother involved.
Yeah, because you just mentioned that the other day too.
Yeah, a week ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of him just coming in and listening, maybe just do a one-shot. Or a 4-way one-shot there.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, it would be his very first role-playing experience. He's never played any D&D or any role-playing.
Oh,
wow.
So we'll be gentle.
Yep.
Yeah.
He would love to play a Jedi, I'm sure. So, yeah.
So what I'm thinking is the two of you have homework of shooting me a Facebook message of what kind of characters you and your buddies would like to play, and I'll knock out a one-shot. so I can start
Cool.
writing to make sure it's ready, and then we'll say, hey Kelly, do you want to join in? And you know what she'll
Sure. Yeah.
and then we'll just work on the scheduling because that's always the fun one.
Yep.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right. So, and of course, there is the possibility that my brother just won't ever be able to commit to it because my brother he is the overachiever in the family. I wouldn't say black sheep because I was very much loved, but so just to explain my brother, he has a full-time job working for Lockheed Martin. He owns one Cold Stone Creamery and is working on opening 2 more.
Oof.
And he has 4 boys. Now, the oldest one is finally off to college, but that means the other ones are 17, 16, and 12. And
Okay.
He has very little schedule bandwidth.
Yeah. But I mean, one shot's good here and there, so that's cool.
Yep.
Exactly. He was curious. I told him, look, we could do this if you can free up 4 hours. We could do this with you, and you could at least experience it and maybe have a little bit of fun with it. And he was like, yeah, let me get back to you on that. So I figured I'd ask.
All right, dude, definitely.
Cool.
All right, and may the force be with you.
We'll talk to y'all.
All right,
Yep.
later, guys.
All right. Bye.